There was an error. What is going on? Okay, I need to know if anybody is online right now and you can hear me. I can see from here 27 viewers. However, it's starting to give me like an error message and suddenly stops broadcasting. So if you could please type or write so I know that you guys are here with me, you can hear me, you can see me. All right, can anybody hear me and see me right now? Apparently, this live streaming today is giving me some troubles. I keep getting like an error message and suddenly the streaming stops. A reminder, we are under the influence of Mercury retrograde, so technical issues are meant to happen. However, I have no indicator that you guys are writing or chatting to me. I'm going to use my cell phone because it's easier to get to see your messages from here. So, okay, hi from Michigan, thank you. Miriam, hi. Hi, Luann. Faith, yes, yes, you can hear me. Manu Peter, yes, okay, perfect. So we do have people on lines who can hear me right now, and that is perfect. So today is December 2017. I am doing this live streaming for you at about 2:23 Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to give a little bit more time to other people to kind of log in, and I'm going to prepare you for this reading. I'm going to do your Akashic readings live, just like I did last time. The Akashic records are very protective. Any information that could be harmful to you won't ever be revealed to you. This way, you are protected, but also I am protected from saying anything that could be harmful to you. Or maybe information that maybe in some ways you are not ready to process yet. If the Akashic records must absolutely tell you something, they are going to put it in a way, in a different perspective that is not harmful to you. Sometimes during an Akashic reading, it could happen that maybe they could be talking about a past lifetime situation, maybe emotions. Whatever you are going through right now, emotionally, mentally, a life circumstance, maybe is related to a past lifetime. And if that is the case, the Akashic records are going to specifically show you that lifetime, that specific circumstance in a past lifetime that is related to your question, your situation right now, and is relevant to you. With the Akashic records, you can also predict and you can also get insights into your present current situation and also future possibilities and the future. For example, with the Akashic records, because they are here really to help you with your free will. So generally, if you avoid yes or no questions, because there's no healing in that, there's no information in that. For example, if you find yourself in a situation where you are thinking, should I quit my career and start a new career? I'm going to check in with the records, and my job is to take your question and break it down in a way that we can get most answers. Therefore, I'm going to ask on your behalf. If you decide to leave your present current career, what are the benefits? What are the disadvantages? How are you going to benefit in the long run? If you choose to start a new career, for example, okay? What are the disadvantages? What are the benefits? How are you going to benefit in the long run? Therefore, you yourself, now that you know how your life is going to be, whether you stick with your present career or you decide to choose a new career, then you make a choice. You know what's going to happen. You know what best fits you. The same rule, the same idea applies to all kinds of questions that you have, whether it is pertaining to divorce, living in a relationship, etc., etc. And of course, I also get to ask about maybe you do have other special talents, abilities, unique talents that maybe you don't know and you are actually meant to use them in this lifetime. So by you using your special unique talents, you are meant to achieve success. You are meant to attract a love partner. You are meant to attract money coming to you in an easier way. So again, the possibilities are limitless. No question is too big or too small. But remember, I cannot give you my personal opinion during the Akashic records. If something comes up and I do have a personal experience with it, I have to wait until I close the Akashic records to tell you, a similar experience that I had, thus sharing with you my personal experience. Basically, I'm going to act as an interpreter. Okay, so my job is to ask questions on your behalf, and my job is to make your questions as easy as I can for the Akashic records in a way that they're going to reveal me information that you can easily relate to. For example, if the records show me a red balloon, I'm going to ask you, I keep getting a red balloon. Does it mean anything to you? If it has no meaning to you, then I'm going to ask the records. You are showing me a red balloon. What are you trying to tell me? So again, I'm not really allowed to interpret anything for you because everything that is coming through really doesn't make sense to me. It's not intended to make any sense to me. It will only be relevant to you and the person being read. So, for example, if you have a question about your job, and I don't know what kind of job you have, maybe I can give you answers, and the answers are making sense to you, but that doesn't mean that I know what kind of job you do. Therefore, I'm going to make sure that I understand. I'm going to say, what specific job do you do right now? What specific job are you trying to get? If they mention children and something comes up about your children, for example, I don't know how many children you have. Okay, so I'm going to ask you, here's what I get about your children. Does it make sense to you? Do you have any children? First and foremost. And that's basically how it works. So one of the important questions that everybody should know, should ask when you have an Akashic reading is, what is the highest purpose of your soul? Because every soul has many lifetimes. You had many lifetimes before this one, and you're going to have many more. And you need to know what is the highest purpose of your soul. What can you do in this lifetime so you can achieve the highest purpose of your soul, or at the very least, get closer and closer to the highest purpose of your soul? Is there a baby step that you can do right now? Okay? Or a few steps that you can do right now so you can achieve the highest purpose of your soul. Also, there are long-term goals in your lifetime, and there are also the short-term goals. Right now, what you need to be doing. Right now, what you need to know. So, in terms of karma, please do not assume anything. I have many clients who do schedule an Akashic reading with me, and they are convinced that a particular life circumstance is connected to karma, or if they make a decision that in some ways is going to harm another person, then they're going to generate bad karma. Please clear your mind, okay? Leave that outside of the reading. You do not know, okay, how karma is affecting you. So please clear your mind. Don't have any expectations. This is a totally different reading. And leave the karma to the Akashic records to tell you. The Akashic records may tell you, oh, this is just a life circumstance, has nothing to do with past karma. They may be telling you that not this aspect, but maybe a different aspect of your situation actually is related to karma, may be related to your personal karma. It may be related to the karma that you have inherited through your family line. Could be, for example, something physical, could be something emotional. So basically, they're going to indicate and they're going to tell you the root cause. Could be ancestral. Could be something in your, in your could be something in your personal horoscope chart, so the placement of different planets in your chart, for example. So please don't assume anything. Let them do their job. And remember, all the time, I need you guys to type, and I need you guys to let me know if what I'm saying is making sense to you, because again, nothing is intended to make sense to me. Okay, this is only for the person being read. Okay, so I'm going to do this reading, of course, based on your zodiac sign. Maybe I can and maybe I cannot answer to individual questions, but the very fact that you are here right now live, it has a significant meaning. There are no coincidences. You are meant to be here. So you are meant to hear something that totally is going to make sense to you. And let me see if I am forgetting anything about preparing you for the reading. Yes, the Akashic records may not order you to do anything, but what the Akashic records can do, they can very, very, very strongly suggest and advise that you do something or that you do not do something. Maybe it's not going to make sense to you why your Akashic records are telling you, like, go for a walk every morning, or start writing down your thoughts. You don't know that, or to forgive someone when it's absolutely like, what? You forgive this person? You don't know. So you don't assume what's going to happen if you start to follow those steps and to take their advice. But provided that you are really going to follow their advice, then that's how the prediction is going to come true. So during an Akashic reading, you have a very active role. This is an active reading. And when you follow their advice, try to put your heart and soul into it. Don't just, do it like, how should I put it? Like a robot. I'm just doing this because of the, you have to be present there in the moment. And it's to make, while you're doing them, something is going to change. Again, by you following any advice that will show up for you, that's how you're going to get closer and closer to the prediction coming true. That's why an Akashic reading is an active reading. Just because I'm going to tell you in 10 years from now, this is what's going to happen, that doesn't mean that it's going to happen if you are meant to change your job, for example, and you never worked toward changing your job. Right? So this is about guiding you and helping you how you can make the best possible outcome possible for you. So the choice is completely yours. And I have 59 viewers right now, which, to tell you the truth, I didn't give you enough warning, because usually, initially, I always get like 300 or more people live, and most people are probably busy with Christmas shopping. I'm going to start to open the records with a special prayer. I am going to close with a special prayer, and you need to be present during the opening prayers and during the closing prayers. Remember that during the opening prayer, part of that prayer is going to be silent. During that part, please stay there, and I'm going to start After I say the records are now open, I'm going to start with Aries. I'm going to ask for information so that Aries people can connect to me easily. And I'm going to say, Aries, here's what I get for you. And then you're going to start typing. Yes, it makes sense to me. No, it doesn't make sense to me. That's why this is an active reading. And then let's see what will show up for you. And then I'm going to move in the same way to each and every zodiac sign. So it's very important that you guys stay ready to type and let me know if the information is making sense to you. So I am beginning. And so we do acknowledge the forces of light, asking for guidance, direction, and courage to know the truth as it is revealed for our highest good and the highest good of everyone connected to us. O Holy Spirit of God, help me to know the 12 signs of the zodiac in the light of the Akashic records, to see the 12 signs of the zodiac through the eyes of the Lord of the records, and enable me to share the wisdom and compassion that the masters, teachers, and loved ones of the 12 signs of the zodiac have for them. The records are now open, and I'm going to please ask the Akashic records to begin with the sign of Aries, sun sign, rising sign, or moon sign Aries, and to please reveal to me some information that would help me to connect with Aries sun, Aries rising, and Aries moon. And they're telling me that many of you are feeling like you are at cross paths. You have to make important decisions to proceed. For some of you, it is about your career situation, your job situation. For other areas, maybe you are having thoughts and desires around should you move out or not move out. So they're talking about a new home, possibly buying a new home, not just moving out. And there's also, I also keep getting for areas having questions or having concerns about your children and financial situation. Their financial situation, the child's financial situation, the health, or just financial situation in general. And they are also talking about teeth or the jaw. Maybe some of you either they are talking about pulling teeth, dental work. Now, is this making sense to you? Someone says it makes sense to me. Yes, yes, at crosspath, nothing holds. Okay, thank you for that. So, I'm going to ask the Akashic records to reveal me some information that would be useful to them during this month of December. Any predictions? They are saying first and foremost, make sure that you do go out and celebrate during this holiday season. For many of you, they are suggesting some sort of a small gathering with your friends. Either go out for a coffee, for a drink, invite people over. But they're saying that this holiday season, you have to make it count, because they are telling me the next few years are really going to present for you changes. Many of you, for many of you, a new chapter of your life is going to begin, and life as you know it is going to change. So make every moment count. Please be careful with any headaches, any like pressure like headaches. Please take care of your health and make sure that you are properly rested. And many of you need to drink a lot of water. Don't forget to drink water, and they are also very strongly recommending drinking hot tea because caffeine could start to kind of affect you a little bit in not such a positive way. So try to avoid caffeine. For some of you, they are talking about a brother and a sister reunion, communicating together, spending some time together. They are talking especially for those of you that in some ways are estranged from a brother. I also keep getting that some of you will have some questions and concerns around a medical insurance and dental insurance. And I also keep getting that you may have to pay for some services, and then later on you are going to figure out different applications, different paperwork that you need to fill out that you qualified for, thus getting maybe some of the money back. But when it comes to your health, they are saying that energies, planets are working on your behalf behind your scenes to kind of put you a little bit more at ease when it comes to your health, when it comes to any health insurance. So to put you a little bit more at ease. And I keep getting that some areas are going to have this huge shift in your work. And it's going to happen all of a sudden. Your boss may tell you to do or not to do something. You may decide to incorporate some changes. And they're saying, please calm down. Not right away is going to give you the results that you are looking for. But past January, and for some of you even past February, this is where these changes are going to start to take off, and you are going to start to collect the benefits, whether these benefits are financial, emotional, accolades, praise, and giving you a new sense of purpose. They are also talking for some of you, you still need healing. You think that you are healed from a divorce. For some of you, this divorce happened 10 years ago, 2 years ago, 6 months ago. So at some point of your life in the past, there was a divorce, and subconsciously, there's still a lot of that you need to release, okay, from this past divorce. And they're saying you need to release a lot because for many of you, you are going to be blessed with falling in love again. And yes, it's possible. Don't give up. You are lovable. People can easily fall in love with you. The work shift. I have a question if the shift at work will be good or bad. Initially, you're going to have a little bit of a hard time, all of you, like adjusting and trying to figure out why things are not going exactly the way you plan to, but stick with it. In the hard time of 2 or 3 months, it will start to give the results, the success that you desire. So don't back up right away. Initially, many of you will start to feel a little bit discouraged, but stick with it. I hope that made sense to you. And I'm now going to talk about Taurus right now, Morgana. So I'm going to ask them for Taurus Sun, Taurus Rising, and Taurus Moon to please reveal me some information that would easily help me to connect with you, that it makes sense to you right now and it's relevant. They are talking about some of you have disagreements with a husband or with someone that you consider like your partner in love, a love partnership. They're talking about a family situation that seems to weigh you down a little bit. They are talking for some of you, there's going to be some questions and maybe some eyebrows raised around paying a mortgage, taking on a second mortgage. For other ones, it's going to be in relation to the rent, like working out payments through different family members or through people who share the same household, maybe their roommates, and working out the details about paying some payments in regards to the home or to the rent. Um, they're also talking about a death that already happened. Relax, they are not predicting a death. They are talking about someone dying that was deeply very saddening and for some of you quite depressing. For some of you, they're talking about a parent, and it was a while back. It was maybe not so recent. It was maybe years ago or a while back. They're also talking about your spouse, someone or his family passing. So either you are still struggling with these feelings of feeling a little bit depressed because this person is not alive anymore, or maybe you are worried because your spouse or your boyfriend or your girlfriend, maybe they're a little bit depressed, maybe because someone on their side of the family passed away. For many of you, they are very, very strongly recommending that you do need to find some inner peace. And it's very important that you do what you feel is right for you to kind of feel connected with your loved ones on the other side. For some of you Taurians, if mediumship works for you, you may schedule a mediumship session. For other ones, you may decide to visit their grave. You may decide that in your whatever faith and religion you have, maybe you're going to go back to a church, to a house of worship, whatever your religion is, and maybe light a candle or do a little blessing or ceremony in their memory to kind of feel connected. But you may also choose to simply remember them and talk about the joyful times and the many laughs that you shared together. They are sending me this feeling like I just want to cry right now. I feel very emotional. Does this feeling make any sense to any of you Taurians? So for some of you, this December could be quite emotional in a good way or in a bad way. That is totally up to you. But definitely feeling more in touch with your feelings. Wow, Violetta or Violetita Mia, moving out. They're saying many of Victorians need to take and need to prepare properly for any moving that you plan to do. Moving out of your house, moving out of your country. It's very, very important that you do take a lot of time, a lot of months to figure out the details, to prepare emotionally, financially, any paperwork that you may need, so you don't have to redo all the job after you move in the new country. And if you want this to happen, make sure that you take, even if it takes 6 months or more to prepare and try not to oversee any details. And that's how you're going to make moving out of a country possible. And I also keep getting for many of you Taurians, I keep getting being reunited with someone in your soul group, with a soulmate. For some of you, I keep getting husband and wife reuniting, especially if you lived in different places due to work reasons or due to immigration reasons. Maybe your spouse lives in another country and they're trying in some ways to do your papers so you can live in the same country or vice versa. I keep getting many of you Taurians being reunited with a friend, new friends that in some ways you are going to realize that with these new friends, you connect so well, they are like your soulmates. New love for Taurians, but they're talking about new love in the terms of next year, not specifically in December. And I also keep getting a sense that for some of you, there is a grandmother that is blessing you in some ways. You're going to feel a certain blessing. Remember, this is not a mediumship session. And I also keep getting some of you will be blessed with an inheritance. It doesn't matter how this inheritance is coming. Through you or through someone else in the family, some of you will deal and will be very blessed with an inheritance. And they're saying, if that presents itself to you, enjoy it, make the best out of it. Now I'm going to move on to Gemini. And I hope that that makes sense to you, Taurus. Now, Gemini. Gemini Sun, Gemini Rising, and Gemini Moon. Excuse me. I'm going to ask the records to reveal me some information that would help me to connect with you. Anything that could be relevant and make sense to you right now. Oh, I keep getting writing. I keep getting some of you in working on important projects. Some Geminis are working on important projects in terms of your work. Other ones, I keep getting lots of activities in your home, remodeling of your home, renovations, trying to maybe decorate for the holidays. I keep getting some Geminis taking care of a child. This child is either recently born or preparing for a child that will be born. For some of you, you're going to be a grandmother or a grandfather. I keep getting some of you may become an auntie. So for some of you Geminis, this is not specifically your child that was recently born or that will be born. They're talking about, I keep getting a wallet, and they're showing you like your wallet is starting to fill up with money, with cash, credit cards, and you are accumulating. And it feels like this wallet is now becoming heavier. Does that make sense to you in terms of your money, personal possessions, wealth? But they are also advising that you are at the same time very cautious about spending as well. But they are saying that you are going to feel blessed financially. You're not going to have so much money worries. There's the promise of money coming. But the more you worry about money, the less you are making this possible about you. So stop worrying about money. Stop worrying about a job situation. Some of you may be quite aggravated at work from time to time, and they're saying everything is going to turn around. Be a little bit more patient. Maybe this December is going to be one last push, and then you're going to feel like you're just getting a little bit more aggravated, but this is the very last of it. Whatever difficulties you are experiencing in any level, this will be just the last of it. And then everything will start to get better. I actually keep getting Geminis having some ease, some situation that is going to be very easy in terms of immigration, in terms of communicating with people overseas, traveling in other states or in other countries. And I also keep getting a marriage proposal for some of you Geminis, and it's coming to me in different forms. You thinking of proposing. That doesn't mean that you are going to do the proposal in December, but definitely you are going to arrive to that big realization that this person is the one. You may be proposed to in some ways, but I also keep getting some of you need to be very careful into not misunderstanding something. Maybe it's an innocent flirt, and then there's going to be a little bit of an exaggeration. It's going to be perceived as sexual advances. So please be careful with some energies like that, how you perceive them, how you put your energy out there, and you need to be very cautious. If you have a romantic situation with someone at work, you are involved emotionally, romantically, sexually with someone at work, or you plan to be. And I also keep getting for some of you Geminis, if for some reason either you feel down, you feel sad, or you feel depressed, I keep getting you just need to go out there and feel connected to people. Don't be alone in that very moment. Get up, leave your house, go outside, go for a walk, invite people to go out, call someone so you can blow off some steam. When you feel that feeling of feeling down, feeling sad, or even depressed, it's very important that in that moment you start to feel connected with other people and you start talking. You can't keep it just yourself anymore. Start talking. And I keep getting this book. Some of you are going to be very successful in terms of a book, videos. I keep getting successful media exposure, and this book that will be very famous. So, or will do very well. So, one of my viewers right now, they're talking about a book and how that book will give you a lot of success. I hope that that made sense to you, Gemini. I don't specifically see any comments from Geminis in relation to that. I keep getting somebody says needed to hear this about. Okay, somebody is confirming something about a book. Okay, perfect. Now let's talk about. A Gemini. I'm sorry. Let's talk about Cancer. Cancer Sun, Cancer Rising, and Cancer Moon. I'm going to please ask the records to reveal me some information that would help me to connect with Cancer Sun, Cancer Rising, and Cancer Moon that you can easily connect to and is important and relevant to you. I keep getting about loaning money, lending money out to other people. I keep getting for some of you something breaks or something shows up all of a sudden and you need to repair that. So some unexpected situations that have to deal with fixing or repairing the home. If it is about a business that you have or that you intend to have, you may have to deal with some unexpected situations, maybe situations that you didn't see coming and that you are not properly prepared for it. What else do I get for Cancer? I keep getting for some of you, you are already in a relationship with someone. You may also be married. But I also keep getting you may try to fight some feelings that somehow you have for another person. This could be feelings of lust for another person that is not your spouse or your partner. This could be some unexplainable attraction that you may have toward them. So please be careful with these feelings. If you are single, I keep getting that whatever feelings you have for someone, try to take it a little bit easy or easier, not to have any major expectations from you being with somebody else. So be careful with your own expectations because you may set up yourself for disappointment or you could be setting yourself um, to be hurt. I keep getting for some of you, I keep getting this check returning to you or something being returned to you. This could be money being returned, an application. Something will be returned to you. Some of you Cancerians could be preparing for a job interview. You may be preparing for a big project at work. You could be preparing for an important meeting, an important presentation. So many of you will be preparing for something important to happen in terms of your work. So please let me know if this makes sense to you, Cancer, if you are live right now. And for some reason, I keep getting some of you are either going to purchase a new bed or a new mattress. This also is showing up. For some of you, it could also be a new bedroom, some changes or some improvements to a bedroom. And someone returning to you. For some of you Cancerians, this could be an ex that in some ways is returning to you, but not necessarily to rekindle the love. So I keep getting this connection with one of your exes, but again, not with the purpose of rekindling the love. I'm not seeing any comments on the chat right now. I hope that that made sense to you. Cancer, Peggy says, thank you, I'm looking for a new job. Sean, passport in the UK. So in terms of if any Cancerians have any immigration visa passport issues, I keep getting that this year could be a little bit tough. So this coming year, rather, it's going to be a little tough, but some of you need to hire professional help. And if you already do have professional help hired, like a lawyer, an immigration expert, a translator, it does feel that you need to consult with a third party as well. Not everybody will proceed with immigration visas, passport issues, but many of you, the majority of you, will have great luck in 2018 to kind of move forward, not necessarily complete and get exactly what you want, but move forward and thus making that possible. So you need to be a little bit more patient when it comes with time. When it comes with time. So now, after Cancer, we have Leo, if I'm not mistaken. Leo. So, could the Akashic Records please reveal to me some information that would help me to connect with Leo Sun, Leo Rising, and Leo Moon that is relevant and easily for you to understand? Wow, I keep getting this sense of liberation that something is being lifted off your shoulders. A work-related situation starts to become easier. Some of you are going to be quite successful with a work situation, especially if you are dealing with the media, the press, the public, clients, customers. Generally, in whatever job you do or whatever career you do, certain aspects are going to start to be easier, especially those aspects of your job that have been giving you a little bit of a hard time recently. There's a big bonus for some of you Leos waiting for it. You may not find out about it right away, but for some of you, there's going to be a big bonus. It could also be a big payout for some of you Leos. Prepare for an audition. Some of you Leos need to know that you need to start preparing for an audition that is coming. You may not know anything about it yet, but prepare some sort of an audition, whatever that means. Sometimes an audition is not only necessarily related to performances, so it could be any kind of audition. Being part of a band, some of you could be getting an invitation to join a cast join a crew, join a band, join a community, join country club, join a forum. You are going to get invitations to some activities or to be a member of something that to you is going to feel like you're going to feel very honored, very honored. Please be very careful with someone, could be someone trying to scam you. Please be careful with any situations around getting rich quick situations. You have to examine everything because some of you may end up being scammed. So please be careful. And mass emails going wrong. So please be careful with any messages that you are trying to send out to many people at one time. Mass texting, mass emails, something could be going wrong. Okay. Okay. Carol Martin has a question, and I keep getting. Leo Sun. I keep getting that it's not the right moment for you to make those decisions yet. You live it as is and do not rush into making any decisions yet. You will know in your hearts when the moment is for you to make a decision about moving, relocation, or about a relationship. Even job changes are coming, so they want you to calm down a little bit for Carol because job changes are coming, and with that, they are also trying to tell you that job changes are coming. Positive job changes are coming. You just need to be more relaxed, calm down a little bit, and have faith. Above all, have faith. I'm now going to move on to Virgo. Leo, I hope that that made sense to you. Send me a little note. Let me know if that makes sense. Okay. Thank you for the confirmation. Aaron told me if I'm saying that correctly. So now Virgo, Virgo Sun, Virgo Rising, and Virgo Moon. I'm going to ask the records to reveal me some information that is going to help me to easily connect to you. Information that makes sense to you and resonates with you. It's important to you right now. I keep getting certain situations going wrong that could backfire. It could be in terms of you using a computer, technology, a work situation, careful around anything digital, anything technical. For some of you, I keep getting like something breaks and you are trying to put it together or to fix it on your own. Could be a car, could be a computer, could be the stove. Excuse me. So the advice for Virgo is try not to do it on your own. Get people to help you. Or whatever you are doing, don't simply rely only on your self. It's very important, Virgo, that you stay calm. There's going to be people and situations that are going to be very aggravating to you. So it's very important that you handle everything from a place where you are calm. Do not add fuel to a discussion, to a situation that could blow over. So for some reason, you're going to feel in some degrees very irritated and a dispute, misunderstandings. So try not to make the situation any worse. They're talking about your anger. Manage your anger. Okay, do we have a Virgo live right now? And how do you feel about that? I don't see any comments from Virgos. They're also talking about please be careful because you may lose something. For some of you, you may misplace your wallet, your keys. Please be careful around losing stuff. And they're talking about a situation where you are trying to expose somebody. Maybe you believe that they are wrong or they're doing something wrong. Be careful with that because not everything that you are going to discover is completely going to be 100% true. Maybe you are trying to, you believe something about somebody that it may not be 100% true. So be careful, especially if you are trying to kind of go behind the scenes, so to speak, find out secrets or expose someone. And avoid doing anything with fire in December. Whether it is cooking, please be very observant of any candles, cooking, lighting a fire, fireworks. Please be careful around anything involving fire or fire hazards. Virgo, and I keep getting some criticism, but I also keep getting that whoever this person is, or whatever the situation is that is making you feel in some degree like critiqued, could be constructive criticism, maybe it's not as bad. I keep getting like, don't take it too seriously, don't make a big deal out of it. You are also going to have plenty of people who are going to praise you, or people who are at the same time are going to try to lift you up. So make sure that you listen to both parties, okay? The ones that in some ways give you criticism or constructive criticism, and also the other people that are trying to uplift you. I am now going to the next sign, Libra, Libra Sun, Libra Rising, and Libra Moon. I'm going to ask the records to please connect me with you to reveal me some information that could be important to you, that you can easily understand and is relevant to you. For some of you, I keep getting doubts about the relationship that you held with someone. Having certain doubts in your love relationship or within a marriage that you have. I also keep getting for some of you, you could be in the process of figuring out a new partner. This could be a new partner in a business related sense, companies to partner up, business ventures. And I also keep getting that your social circle is going to change. And for some of you, you are also going to be changing your social status. Your social status. Please let me know, Libras, if that makes sense to you so far. I also keep getting for some of you Libras feeling a little bit hurt because the way this is coming to me, it feels like feeling okay, feeling grounded, but yet having this very, very private side of you where something is weighing you down and maybe you don't really want to talk to too many people about that. And I keep getting that if you do not talk to someone about it, it's not going to get any easier. You cannot deal with it alone, on your own for a long time. I also keep getting you feel hurt in some ways. Someone in the past deceived you in some ways, let you down, disappointed you. betrayed you in some ways. And maybe you don't always realize this, but that feeling of that still weighs you down because you are not completely open to receive, to accept new people, to accept a new job offer for some of you, or simply to accept a situation. So they are talking about you need to be more open and you need to allow it your trust. Because whatever is in the past. You have to understand that you do have to take that chance and that risk, and you do have learned your lesson about who to trust, how to trust as well, and things will be fine if you try to get out a little bit more of your isolation, of your comfort zone for some of you. So it's not going to be the end of the world how you make it in your mind. Whatever the worst scenario is in your mind, they're saying it's not going to be the worst. Libras, I keep getting a test coming up for you. Could be an examination, a test, a license, or certifications. If and I keep getting that many of you will be doing well in anything that has to deal with a test, passing the boards, or talking to the board, being approved for some things, some applications that you have placed, being approved for something. So generally doing well in that direction. I hope that that made sense to you. Write to me, Libra, let me know if that made sense. Okay, so now after Libra we have Scorpio, Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Rising, and Scorpio Moon. I'm going to please ask the records to reveal to me some information that would help me to feel connected to you. It's important to you and is relevant to you. Wow, for some of you, I feel uh, this, um, these clouds of doubts, like cloudy thinking or having doubts, self-doubts, uncertainties. For some of you, even feeling confused about which direction to go. What is the next step? What is the next thing on your list? I keep getting being busy, but at the same time, not being busy. I keep getting that you are very focused in one particular area, in one particular direction, and you really need to be a little bit more balanced. I keep getting that sometime in December, if you are not having enough fun, we are going to turn that around. You're going to start to have more enjoyment out of anything that you are doing, and also having more time, fun. Nikita Sharma says that yes, it resonates. She's a Scorpio moon. Okay. I keep getting a financial situation that could be tricky, but at the same time, I keep getting that if you calm down, okay, if you don't approach the situation when you feel anxious, you are going to be able to figure it out. And I also keep getting that next year, in 2018, many of you Scorpios will have a great luck that would last for years and years and years when it comes to money, financial security, your wealth, personal properties. But you still need to work on your personal issues around your self-confidence, self-doubts, and they're highly are recommending that you Scorpio get some form of healing, whether it is getting your nails done, getting a massage, um, go to a sauna, get Reiki, get a reading, go to the church if this is where you feel that you are healed. You need to do something that is uplifting, fun, and also spiritual. Okay, however your personal circumstance allows for, whatever best fits to you, but you need to do something spiritual. And I keep getting reconnecting with someone from your past, someone with whom you used to be good friends. I keep getting lots of people from your past. You reconnecting, hearing back from them, running into them, and I keep getting this sense of reinforcing your connection that you have with some people and making a new friends. Again, I keep getting, even for you, Scorpio, please be careful with your spending habits. Careful with how you are spending in December. And I keep getting some facilitation and ease, maybe good news in relation to an IRS, to a tax-related situation. And many of you will consult a lawyer or an accountant because you are on the verge of beginning something new. Could be consulting someone in terms of finances, consulting someone in terms of IRS, consulting someone in terms of a legal situation, a spiritual healer, a doctor. You are consulting something because we're on the verge of doing something, and pay attention to your nutrition in December. Pay attention to your nutrition, and they are very highly advised that you, Scorpio, are very careful with what you eat, and you are going to start to get healthier next year in 2018, and some of you will have some great success if losing weight was a goal. But generally, you need to focus rather on being healthy, not as simply as just losing a few pounds. I keep getting your body will hugely change in a positive way. So, Scorpio, I hope that made sense to you. Please write to me. Let me know if that made sense. So, after Scorpio, please let me know what sign comes next. I'm going to start with Sagittarius. I think Sagittarius comes next. So, Sagittarius Sun, Sagittarius Rising, and Sagittarius Moon. I'm going to ask the records to please reveal something to me that would really help me to connect with you and it's relevant to you. For some of you Sagittarians, they are describing this bittersweet feeling of having to leave something like an old apartment behind, an old home, and kind of settling into a new apartment. For some of you, you could be settling into a new job, into a new office. They are talking about a new city. A new city for some of you Sagittarians. And I also keep making preparations, saving money, doing research, looking into either moving into a new home or purchasing a home. I also keep getting lots of traveling. You are going to have a lot of fun traveling in December. But at the same time, some of you Sagittarians may have some delays or some unpredicted aspects to trips that you are planning or traveling. I also keep getting that it's not going to be a big deal. So they very highly suggest that whatever happens, you have fun during your travels. Okay. I keep getting being paid for something that you did in the past. Because I keep getting for some of you, there is this cash payment coming. For other ones, there is this check coming. But again, it feels like for some work or something that you did in the past, could be receiving a commission about something. I keep getting, if you are in a partnership with other people, in terms of a financial situation, a business partnership, business venture, I keep getting your fair share of the cut is coming. You getting the fair share. Some of you will be receiving high honors. Someone will really make you feel praise. They could be honoring you in some ways. You are going to be feeling very honored. Some of you could be maybe getting like a title like maybe the best employee, the best at your field, employee of the month. Your family, for other Sagittarians, is going to be your family, making you feel very loved and very unique, loved, respected, honored in some ways. And they are also talking about uh, a child, and to me it is coming, they are showing me a little girl. For some of you, this could be someone in the family or someone that you know, someone who is close to you having a little girl. I hope that that makes sense to you. I don't see any Sagittarians writing. Let me know if this is making sense to you before I continue any further. And if you are taking the airplane, traveling by plane, I keep getting some delays or some discomforts, either when you travel by plane or in regards to some delays. And I also keep getting speech therapy. Does it mean anything to anybody? While you're showing me speech therapy, somebody having some problems with speaking, voice, maybe the throat. They're talking about an interpreter. They're talking about speech therapy. So that will get better. If you are somebody who had issues with that, or you are worried about somebody who has these issues, I keep getting a sense of improvement, something with improve. So I hope that that made sense to you, Sagittarius. Please type and let me know. You people that are online right now, please let me know if that makes sense. Okay, I'm not seeing anything except for confirming delays during travel. Thank you for that. Going to Capricorn. Capricorn Sun, Capricorn Rising, and Capricorn Moon. The records, I'm going to please ask the records to reveal some information that easily would help me to connect with you and is makes sense to you and is relevant to you that you need to hear right now. I keep getting for you a situation where you feel like some people you really feel very comfortable around them, but there are also this other group of people that you have some distrust, you're trying to disassociate yourself from them, you don't really trust them, and you may feel like they're trying to deceive you in some ways. And it also feels like some of you are trying to kind of mentally make a selection. Do I want this person on my Facebook or not? Delete, not delete, delete, not delete. Continue, not continue. Do I want this person or do I want that person? For some of you, this could be in terms of a party, a gathering, and trying to figure out who to invite, who not to invite. This could be about circumstance at work and you're trying to figure out I'm going this person and this person and that person in this project, or and not this person, not that person, not that other person. I keep getting this grouping of people. And I keep getting like making a list or a mental note, like yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. Kind of like I'm in, I'm out, I'm in, I'm out. Will that make sense to you, Capricorn? Please write to me if you are Capricorn. Yes, Maggie says totally sorted for a relationship and walking away from people I no longer relate to. Thank you for confirming that. I also keep getting that when it comes to a professional level, I keep getting that you are going to receive success. You are preparing for this success to come in, and I also keep getting that not to have doubts. maybe the success or this good news is not going to come to you right away in December. It may arrive shortly after December, but you're going to have something to celebrate, something to be proud of, some success in your profession, something in relation to your career, or some success. Maybe you do have a work on the side, or you are working on something on the side. You are going to have success. It's going to be a delayed sense of success, but is coming. So keep working, okay, on the things that you are working. I also, okay, what else? There's going to be a family situation for some of you, or maybe not a family situation, but a situation where you're going to feel like now you have to pick sides. Is this person right, or is this other person right? And you're going to feel like you are caught in between two fires. So be careful with situations like that, and if possible, try not to take any sides, but at the same time, do give both sides your true honest opinion and constructive, a constructive approach, maybe constructive criticism, or say something to both parties without you having to absolutely be involved, or having to make a choice. Some of you may have to deal with some sort of an emergency situation. You may receive a call and you need to act quickly. The fire alarm may sound off and you need to get out of the building quickly. I don't see anything tragic or anything big, but maybe emotionally, you're going to feel like the sense of urgency to do or not to do something. So try to calm down. Not everything has to be emergency and you having to run without properly thinking. So that's for Capricorn. Now Aquarius, Aquarius Sun, Aquarius Rising, and Aquarius Moon. Please, could the Akashic Records reveal to me information that would help me to connect with you, that makes sense to you and it's relevant to you. Some of you feeling stuck, stagnating, feeling like you are drifting far apart from your long-term goals, and feeling like you are not growing anymore, feeling like maybe everything feels so usual, so normal, and a deep need for change. For some of you, you may be feeling a deep need to move forward in some ways. Will that make sense to you, Aquarians? I'm just reading the comments. I keep getting that, Aquarians, change is coming. In an area of your life where you particularly feel that you are stuck, change is coming. But I also keep getting that you are not really doing enough. You are kind of feel sucked into that situation, and you feel like there's no way out. So from time to time, you need to remind yourself that the universe has your back. There is a reason for everything that has happened, is happening, and will happen. And I keep getting that you are going to receive a true blessing. But you also are blocking yourself from receiving. Avoid situations when you feel bored. When you feel bored, it feels like nothing is functioning properly. So for many of you Aquarians, find a way to make your work fun, make your daily activities fun, and just go out and have more fun. Being sad is not going to solve anything. And sometimes it's okay to go with the flow. not maybe go according to a plan, or maybe you call off a day and like spend your day doing something that is fun. I keep getting also you are going to be connected with other people with whom you are going to have fun with. You have to forgive some people for your own sake. You have to forgive some people, and my cell phone just shut down. I ran out of battery, so there's no way for me to check your comments. So let me figure out a different way. Give me one moment so I can uh, see what you guys are writing about. 1 second. Okay, I have no idea.